We're only a week removed from San Diego Comic-Con, the place that people go to get people hyped up about a product, to get fans excited about what might be coming down the road. But unfortunately for Amazon and Rings of Power, it seems like it's done the complete opposite. Because the more people find out about this series, the more they reveal, the more they hear the cast speak about it, the more worried they become, and for good reason. We've talked about this ratio time after time. The San Diego Comic-Con trailer, 77,000 upvotes to 277,000 downvotes, and that downvote number just keeps climbing. And it was so bad. It was such a disaster between the panel, between the cast speaking out and giving a variety of interviews, telling everybody just how much they want to destroy Tolkien. Now the Rings of Power showrunners are coming out and saying something that runs contrary to everything else we've heard to try to do a little bit of damage control. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, won't be influenced by modern-day politics, showrunner says. The show aspires to be timeless, like the original books. Interestingly enough, it didn't seem like the books were timeless enough for you, because you had to make so many changes. You needed to make so many wholesale changes to what Tolkien wrote in order to make it acceptable for modern day, to reflect the world around us. Those are the words of your executive producer. Those are the words of so many of your cast members, and you guys have basically said that in the past. Now the showrunners are coming out to do damage control. They're trying to tell you that what you see and what you hear, that's just not reality. What we're telling you now, these lies we're telling you, this is the truth. But unfortunately, people just aren't buying it. You cannot get this past Lord of the Rings fans. Tolkien fans are not going to put up with this. They're going to continue to push back. They're not going to let these people take over what they love and let it be destroyed without a fight. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power showrunner Patrick McKay attempts to address concerns. Show will embrace modern woke politics. Rings of Power showrunner Patrick McKay recently addressed fan concerns that the show will embrace modern woke politics in favor of Tolkien's actual writings. Fans have made it abundantly clear that they're extremely concerned about this. We're talking about the way they've decided to make these castings, the way that they've advertised these castings, things that truly weren't in line with what Tolkien had written. Even the fact that they themselves said, the showrunners themselves said, you know, we try to stick to what Tolkien wrote, but if he didn't write something in there, if he didn't specifically say something didn't happen, then we have free reign to do whatever we want in this universe. That is an easy way to turn off a lot of Tolkien fans, when you're taking everything that happened and you're twisting it and you're bastardizing it towards your own ends. YouTuber The One Ring recently explained his concerns. His criticism was focused on Galadriel and Miriel meeting in what appears to be Numenor. As part of it, he noted, Amazon is actively changing Tolkien's work to reflect the worldview they want to create, rather than what Tolkien created. They believe that their worldview is better than Tolkien. And Tolkien's worldview was of Middle-earth. He was influenced by who he was, but it wasn't like he was trying to inject his politics into Middle-earth. And that's the worry that a lot of people have. He then points out that Galadriel and Miriel are taking these roles into the trailer that they never did in any of Tolkien's works. And the reason for them to do it is to push modern day politics. On top of these and other fan complaints, executive producer for the show, Lindsay Weber, told Vanity Fair, it only felt natural to us that an adaptation of Tolkien's work would reflect what the world actually looks like. Tolkien is for everyone. His story is about his fictional races doing their best work when they leave the isolation of their own cultures and come together. Yet somehow you couldn't just put what he had written and bring it out there. Tolkien is for everyone. I agree. It always has been for everyone. It always will be for everyone. Nothing has ever prevented anyone of any national origin, of any race, of any sexuality, of any gender from picking up a Lord of the Rings book and enjoying the hell out of it. That's why it's so powerful. That's why it's been around for so long. There is no barrier. It is for everyone. But all of a sudden, you are trying to inherently change what Tolkien wrote in order to reflect woke, modern-day identity politics. That's what the executive producer of this show is doing. Yet the showrunners, once again, are trying to trick us. What about the actors and actresses? Let's listen to this. Multiple of the show's actors also expressed the same view. Sophia Namvet, who plays the Black Dwarf Princess Dia, we are redressing the balance within the film and television industry, and of course this franchise, and I hope lots of franchises. It's their time, and it's so important, and I hope many people will see this fantasy and be able to relate to it. This is a reflection of the world we live in. There are many, and we are different, and we will embrace and discover and peel back and learn and educate and be educated. Keep in mind, although she is the first black female dwarf in Lord of the Rings, because again, Tolkien didn't write that, She's not the first female dwarf, even though they're trying to praise her. They're trying to say that these people obviously didn't even watch The Hobbit, where they were on film. Not only were they in the books, but of course we saw one. We've already seen one on screen, but they have to try to take credit for that because, again, they're just so stunning and brave. Ishmael Cruz Cordova, who plays the original character Arendir, expressed a similar sentiment. The awareness of diversity within Tolkien's original source material has grown. The cinematic world that Peter Jackson created has immense value, but we've shifted lenses since then. The conversation's different, but going back to the source material, the world's diverse, not only in race, but in thought. It's a diverse mix, and now we're just adding people from diverse backgrounds. Yeah, but not where those people were there in Tolkien's original works, are you? You're creating it. You're creating original characters that are the race you want that you can shove into something where Tolkien didn't have them. Isn't that interesting? Another actress says the cast is truly global. Everyone has some sort of frame of reference in terms of their culture, heritage, what it means to them, their language. Part of the story we're trying to tell you is have people of different races coming together to defeat a common enemy. It's a little different now, the way that you're referring to races, than the way that Tolkien referred to them in his writings. But again, they just want to take what Tolkien wrote and completely and totally bastardize it. Despite all of this, this is what showrunner Patrick McKay says. This was one of Tolkien's debate points with C.S. Lewis. It was important that what he created was not an allegory. He was not commenting on historical events or another time. He was not trying to transmit a message that spoke to contemporary politics. He wanted to create a mythos that was timeless, that would be applicable, and that his word applicable, the applicability across times. That's why these books still speak to people, because of so much that's what's in them is not aged a day. And we aspire to do the same thing. I think we feel once people see the show and see what stories and characters and words are in context, they'll feel the same way. If this is timeless, if you really think that Tolkien is timeless, why are you trying to make all these changes to be more applicable for a modern day viewing audience, to reflect the world we live in today? Why are you trying to do this if this is what you truly think? It's fine. You want to pay lip service to Tolkien? That's fine. That's great. But you're not actually doing these actions. It's just words. That's all it is. But all of the words from you guys before, all of the words from your executive producer, from your cast about the intention and what you're doing with these characters flies completely contrary to the notion that, oh yeah, modern day society, modern day politics, it's not going to have anything to do with this show. That is a load of bullshit, and Tolkien fans know it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.